I do want to share a couple of things with you. One is my own experience with Catholic Charities. One of the parishes where I served in downtown Louisville, what they call the Smoketown area, St. Peter Claver. I was administrator there for a couple of years, and once a month there would be all this food brought to our parish because had a parish of all in the projects, very poor, and once a month all this food would come in from a Catholic Charities of another parish, and I know how much it meant to the people. And then later on, I was made pastor of that parish, Holy Trinity, that was bringing the food down. So I've been on both sides, the receiving side and the giving side. And I say that because it brings home to me what Pope Francis reminds us. A couple of things we all know about is the different word, the field hospital word he uses for the church. But two are just straight away jump out at me. One is he talks about accompanying. And to accompany people means we meet them where they are, but we don't leave them there. Accompaniment means movement. It implies movement. We meet people where they are, and as he says, first and foremost, we heal wounds, we warm hearts. We heal wounds, we warm hearts, and we lead them beyond that. But he says along the way, in the joy of the gospel, we don't just give to people, especially the poor and the vulnerable, those in need, but we have to listen to them and learn from them. And I congratulate you on these 40 years, the year that I graduated high school, this St. Elizabeth Catholic Charities began, I noticed. But you accompany people. And another word I love that he uses about encounter, that we encounter people, that we get to know and really look into the eyes of those that we serve and in need, and really have that bonding that takes place on a very level that oftentimes society never provides. And so I congratulate you on this 40 years. I thank you for that witness. And I'll leave you with this one story. This is a true story. I remember, it must be 25, 30 years ago. I remember in the news. There was a reporter that was interviewing a priest, an older past priest, up in the streets of Detroit. And he was known as the street priest. And you may remember this story 30 years ago. And he went out and he took care, he ministered to the prostitutes, to the drunks, to the street people, to the homeless, to the gangs. And he had been shot, he had been stabbed, he had been beaten up, he'd been spit on over the years. And I remember this young reporter was interviewing him and said, you know, I know your religion, and I know that you're supposed to, that you see Christ in every person. I just wonder how you go out and all the way you've been treated, how do you continue to see Christ, Jesus Christ, in each one of those people? And he said, I've never claimed that I've always seen Jesus Christ in every person I've encountered. But I've never forgotten my call to be like Jesus Christ to every person I encounter. And so I thank you for what you find in the blessing, the grace you find, and the dignity you find in every person that you meet and that you serve. But more importantly, that you never forget, that you give witness to him when you reach out to them. Thank you, and God bless.
Thank you so much. And